Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round one of the playoffs, where we head to the racing capital of the world for the Brickyard 200. With 7 different winners and 10 races, who will kiss the virtual bricks at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway? You guys will have to stay tuned to find out. It's going to be an exciting one, absolutely. I'm pretty excited for it. But before we get started, we need to introduce to you our driver spotlights. So let's go ahead and bring that up. Piloting the number 20 Toyota, we have SnB veteran driver Kyle Fan 18. Watching him grow throughout these seasons and seeing him gain incredible speed, he's out here competing in the final 12 for the championship. We also have in the 42 Chevy, we have veteran driver Thrills, who has also shown speed and consistency. He has driven his way into the playoffs where he too will be competing for the championship. Welcome to the booth, guys. How you doing? I think my mic broke. Let's see if I can get it back on. Oh my gosh, I literally just heard it broke. You guys have a copy? Kool-Aid, what's up? He says Tom should run the I am second car tonight because he's going to run second to Rangers. My mic just completely died. I don't know what's going on. Very odd. Let me see if I can fix it. You guys can hear me, but the guys in my party cannot. It literally died as soon as I went live. The weirdest thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to get a new headset. Let's see if that will work. Pardon the noise. You gotta love technical difficulties, I swear. Brand new headset and it just decides to go dead on me right now. Rock, thank you so much for the cheers. I appreciate it. I am trying to get this thing to work, I'm telling you. All right. It is not working. I'm telling you, this is very odd. I don't think. Here we go. Try this. All right, do you guys hear me at all? No? Oh my gosh, what is going on tonight? NASCAR, what's up? Yes, Thrills! It literally died as soon as I went live. Hopefully you guys will hear me in a second. And we're back. Oh my gosh. All right, Thrills, if you can hear me, send me an invite because it says I'm offline, but I'm not. So send me an invite if you can. Oh, what is going on tonight? This is crazy. Why does it say I can't find a microphone? Kool-Aid, this is crazy. Everything was perfectly fine. As soon as I went live, it was just like, no, it's not going to work for you. How do you fix that it says there's nothing there? Go to device settings. I don't know. You guys are gonna go here. Yeah, these guys are gonna go to here, so I don't know. It should be okay. I can hear everything. I don't even know what to do at this point. Thank you guys for the cheers. I really appreciate it. I don't know what's going on. My headset just decided that it wanted to die. All right, I'm gonna turn it off, try to turn it back on. Hi, Mer, what's up? Hope you guys are doing good. We're turning it back on, see if that'll work. Ah, do you guys hear me?
No, we don't.
Oh my. This is insane. All right, well, I introduced you guys, but we do have Thrills and Kyle Fan in the booth. Now that I've introduced you guys, how are you guys doing tonight? Interesting so far.
Doing good. Not feeling great. Not feeling very confident.
Well, you need to get that confidence in there. All right, we are running a little late with all the technical difficulties. So we'll get started with the questions. With making the playoffs tonight being the first race, has the strategy changed from what you were doing before since this is playoffs now? We'll go ahead and start with Thrills.
I would say yes, being more aggressive in a way, obviously. Try to get up front more than I have been this season.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that as you have to be more aggressive. You have to know when to bring that out and when to be patient. So I would assume strategy might change a little bit. But how about you for you, Kyle? Is your strategy going to change at all now that we're in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'd say so. Pretty much exactly what Thrill said. Just trying to be up front a bit more, get those stage points with how important they're being now, and just make the right calls at the right times, really.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, stage points and points for winning. I mean, that's going to be huge for the playoffs. And we have a couple of guys that already have some padding for points with that. So it's definitely something you need to look for. All right, for the next question, where do you feel your best chance is for a win in the playoffs? We'll start with Kyle.
Best chance of winning. There's a few tracks I like. I really like Talladega, I like Richmond, and I really like Auto Club.
Oh, nice.
But if I had to choose one, I'd say it's probably Auto Club.
Gotcha. That's one of my favorite tracks, so that I can agree with that. How about you, Thrills? Where do you feel your best chance at a win is?
I feel like it's either here at Indy, Kansas, or Auto Club. I feel like I'm really strong at those tracks.
I've seen you out there. You are very, very strong. So he is one that we're going to look out for tonight. Kyle, you heard him. He said, I'm not so confident, but I think your car will come to you. I think so. All right, Thrills, what drives your love for racing?
The competitiveness. That's basically what drives me to keep on racing.
Yeah, fair enough. I hear you on that. Kyle, what about you? What drives your love for racing?
Pretty much the exact same thing. I love being competitive. I feel like I'm copying his book here.
Oh, come on now, Kyle.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, for the final question before we get you guys go into qualifying, who do you see winning the championship? And we'll start with Kyle.
Obviously me, right?
That's the answer I want to hear. I want to hear that. Awesome. What about you?
Probably Rangers.
The Rangers?
I
Okay.
would.
Very popular pick.
I could be like Kyle, and I could say myself, which I would love to happen, but obviously it's probably not going to. It's either going to be Tom or Rangers. I mean, that's basically where I'm going with that question.
Yeah, I mean, they've had such a strong year, but you can't count you guys out. So I think anyone has a chance. I would love to see you after the race, though, here tonight. And hopefully again for the championship. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for coming into the booth. Sorry, the technical difficulties. That was a little insane. But it was fun having you out here.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Good luck tonight. All right, Element, how are you doing?
Oh, a little tired tonight, a little wore out. It's a long week.
It has been a long week. I don't know, and the sun going down so early, it's like throwing me off. So you get tired earlier. It's weird, very weird.
And I'm about to be 30 years old, and it's like now after I get out of work, I want to take a nap. I don't even want to do anything. I just want to nap.
You're getting old, man.
Oh, stop it, I know.
I know. I'm going to call you out next week on your birthday. It's happening.
Don't you dare.
It's happening.
No,
Sorry.
No. Repercussions for that.
Well, that's okay. Henson88, thank you so much. He has subscribed for 5 months. That is freaking awesome. Let's give him some love out there. We also have Rock in the booth, as always. He's going to be in the producer's booth helping us out to let us know what lap we're on, what's going on the track that we may not be able to see. So always appreciate him out there. But we are headed to Indianapolis. It's going to be a crazy night. First race of the playoffs. So let's talk about what we can expect. 12 to 13 laps of fuel. For the times we're going to see low 51s, I would say. There's 80 laps tonight. We have 24 in stage 1, 22 in stage 2, and 28 for the final. So it's a long race, but man, the racing here tonight has been so exciting. Fluffy is going to be a name that you have to look out for. Thrills is going to be a name you have to look out for. Rangers, we have Tom Flitty, we have J-Mac, we have Justin. There's going to be a lot of guys, so it's going to be a really fun race. Element, what is, Indy, what do we have to look out for tonight? Where's the trouble spots? Where's a great place to pass? Tell us.
Well, the whole track is a trouble spot, especially given how strong the draft is. Your best spots to pass are, for me, I always like to try to get a run on a guy coming out of turn 2 or turn 3 into those flatter corners of the exit of 2 and exit of 4. I felt like they wouldn't be able to get as good of a run on the outside compared to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, because there's a little bit more banking in those corners, so you can actually make the high side work for you. But you hit those flatter parts, you really got to nail that line if you want to try and hold that position on the outside. That's where I would usually make my passes, was 2 turns, 2, yes, 2 and 4. Sorry, getting me a little backwards here.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of trouble spots, and we talk about kissing the bricks after race, who's going to do that as the winner. But we got to talk about who's going to kiss the wall coming off of the turns here. Element, yeah, I think we're going to see that a few times. We have in practice. But I got an invite for qualifying. Element, do you need one?
No, I got one.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and take it. But here we go for qualifying for Indianapolis. These guys are going to make a couple of laps to see what they can get. like I said, we have a lot of fast guys out there. Indianapolis is a fun track, but man, oh man, I'm telling you what, I've seen them go already 3 wide down the front stretch here a few times, so we'll see what kind of interesting stuff we get into tonight.
Yeah, I am not the biggest fan of Indy. I'm not a big fan. Too much draft for me. I'm not a big fan of how much draft that goes on here with these long straightaways.
I think we're going to see a lot of guys, especially those that are in the front. They're going to be trying to cut that draft and moving their line around to try to keep people out of it. But yeah, Indianapolis, you can get a lot of draft, and it will definitely keep very tight racing tonight. So we might see a few cautions out there.
Yeah, you very well could, especially with how easy it is with how strong the draft is here to overdrive 1 and 3. Super easy to do.
Absolutely. Like I said, these guys are going to go for qualifying, so they will make 1 lap, and then they will park it and go 1 by 1 for qualifying. Afterwards, they will kind of go crazy on track to finish out the laps, but we will get to the race after that for 80 laps here at the Indianapolis 200 here.
Ooh, Indianapolis 200.
I know. Brickyard 200, I should say.
Ooh, Big Machine Vodka. That's what's on tap tonight.
Wild Boy says Indy was my favorite on the older Heat games. You know what? I don't know. I used to have a really hard time with them, but I like them a lot now. They can be pretty challenging as far as, you know, making the turns. Turn 1 seems to be a trouble spot for myself. I tend to overdrive them a little bit. I just don't have that perfect mark, so I tend to overdrive it a little bit.
And you know, we're gonna have to keep our eyes on Tom tonight, because it is very easy to get loose off turn 2, especially with how tight the exit is.
It is. It's crazy, and you know, we talk about it, and Tom's gonna kill me, but a couple of races now, turn 1, lap 1, he has hit the apron and has wrecked. So I'm curious if we're gonna see that, because this is a track where that can easily happen. You hit that apron and it will send you way up into the wall. And if there's someone around you, that could be a huge issue. That, or it's just gonna spin you out.
Yeah, if you're running a super loose preset or just even a loose custom setup, you don't want to be anywhere near that white line. You want to be just like a few inches away from it. If you're a little bit tighter, you can kind of apex it, keep it right on that, right on the white line, and hit a little bit of apron, and it'll get you to turn really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thing is, you guys just gotta hit them perfect though, and these guys are gonna run a completely different preset in qualifying than what they will run in the race. I mean, when I'm out in lobbies here, if it is a shorter race, I'm going all out. I'm going to 8 or 9 for a preset. That's probably what a lot of these guys are doing here right now. However, when we hit the racetrack for 50% race and we have 3 times wear, a lot of these guys are going really low. I'm talking like preset 3. Some of them are on a 5, but man, Justin hitting the wall right there, that's definitely going to hurt his time. But he should have another lap to kind of pick that back up.
Ooh, yeah. That was a little bit more than a love tap. That was a good old slap.
We're out here with the number 16 of Fluffy, and this guy is another one who has a very, very fast car. We saw him actually, he left the field earlier in practice, so I'm curious if we're going to see that again tonight in the race. But super talented, he will not be in the playoffs. You have to race at least 5 races before you can be considered to race in the playoffs. He has not raced that many. He joined super late in the season, and we are very, very excited to have him. He's a lot of fun to race with and talk to, but unfortunately, he will not be competing in the playoffs.
Which is unfortunate, but this gets
is.
him about a half. Like, you know, gets him a few races under his belt if he wants to come back for the next season here, you know, at SnB.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He came up from the PlayStation side. I mean, all you guys that are on the PlayStation, you know that. Fluffy, great guy on the PlayStation side, and he has come over here and definitely making his name known.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see why he left PlayStation. I mean, we're way cooler over here on Xbox anyways.
Absolutely. We're freaking awesome over here.
Oh,
Wild,
yeah.
Wild Boy says, I just like the satisfaction of hitting these corners and staying right in that white line through the turns. It is. There's something so satisfying about it. When you hit that and you nail it and it just pulls your car around and you are off and running, you can't beat it. I mean, it is very satisfying. But there is a thin line. So if you hit that apron, you are gonzo. We're going to see if you guys do that tonight, and we'll see a few of them get strung up to the top of the track there and kiss the wall. But it'll be interesting to see who makes it and gets to kiss those virtual bricks afterwards.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key to tonight. Whoever is victorious tonight is hitting their marks. Definitely, if you miss your mark just by a couple inches, slide up a little bit, or underdrive it quite a bit, it's going to kill your lap time. You got to be able to hit your mark lap after lap after lap. It's almost like it's one of the biggest tracks on the circuit, but you got to race it like a short track. You got to get in that short track rhythm.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And they're talking about it in chat too, when you come off the corner and look at that part where, man, Kyle, he kissed the wall a little bit, but you can see in the wall where it goes out a little bit. And if you nail that and you come off of there and you are so close, it is, it's scary, but it is so cool to know that you missed it and you just get more of that momentum. But man, oh man, you can really cut that close and it can be very scary.
Yeah, well, there's a fact that's going to happen tonight. A lot of guys are going to kiss the wall, but only one is going to kiss the bricks.
So true. So true. This is a cool track, you know. I love coming here. It is a challenging track. A lot of guys don't like it just because there is a lot of draft here. So, like I said, I think we're going to have a couple of guys that are going to block that draft so that they cannot get it, try to protect their spot there. But this is playoffs, man. I mean, there's going to be some aggressive moves tonight. We're going to see a lot going on. I want to take a look at the points. You can see here the guys who are highlighted in purple. They are your playoff drivers. We have Rangers. He has 11 points, I believe, brought over to the playoffs just from stage wins and wins themselves. So great start for him. We have Tom in second. He's got 10 playoff points that are brought over. Dohar, he is out here tonight. He's got 8 playoff points. We have Justin with 6, J-Mac with 4, Skylin with 4, Redneck with 3, and Thrills, he's going to have 1 also. These guys sound like they're almost done with qualifying here, but yeah, after this race, the points will reset and they will carry over the playoff points. But Wild Redneck, you see him down there in 13th, but he does have a win, so that put him in the playoffs over Scott Hall for life. They had quite the battle that Element was keeping track of a lot last week, but Scott Hall, he did end up beating out Honeycutt. Very, very close in points, but he just didn't have it.
Yeah, Super got him there at the end. It was very unfortunate for Scott Hall. He gave it all. He gave it his all. It was back and forth that entire race. It went out for a while. I'll tell you what, I passed right out afterwards. But, man, they had a heck of a battle for that last spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. They most certainly did, but yeah, Scott Hall, you know, like I said, did not make it. Honeycutt just missed it also, so just so very close. But like I said, Wild Redneck did make it with that win, even though he had a little bit less points. So it's good to see him out there. He's had a very strong season so far. He did miss a couple of races, which definitely hurt him in the points. Rock says the lug nuts are not being kind tonight. It happens. It happens. These guys are obviously done with qualifying. We're just letting it run out to try to get to the race, but I'm excited to see it out here. Lazar says the best part about Indy is when you hit the corner. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I saw that earlier. So true. So true. It can be scary, though. All right, so I have to ask, you saw qualifying. We don't know who got pole. Who do you think got pole?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Fluffy did. I'm gonna go Fluffy.
It's gonna be close. And then I hear, didn't Thrill say he was running a 50.7? Was that after his adjustments? Because that is insane.
Yeah, I think that's after adjustments.
Yeah. I mean, that is absolutely flying. So I'm excited to see him out there. But as far as qualifying, man, I can't just pick one. But I'm going to try this time. I'm really going to try.
Okay.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to say Fluffy.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. I want to say like 4 names because any one of them have a great shot at the pole. And we've had a lot of different people for pole, honestly, especially for wins. We've had 7 different drivers in 10 races for the win. That's absolutely incredible. I think that might be the most that we've seen for any season in SnB. I'll have to verify that, but it's going to be one of the most, if not the most, different drivers that we've seen for winners.
Yeah, you throw a blanket over them. It's pretty crazy.
That is. Element, I'm really hoping my headset holds out tonight because that was scary. It did not want to come back on.
Well, it's better because I don't know if I can solo this.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm curious if it'll even pick up your voice if that happens. But Rangers, we were both wrong. Look at this. Rangers, he's gonna be on pole, and we have. It keeps moving on me. We have Thrills in second.
Close.
That was the name I was going to say because he's so stinking close out there. I was going to say Thrills. Fluffy takes third. Look how close those times are, Element. That's absolutely insane.
It's going to be a toss-up.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. All right. I left the...
Oh, yeah. I gotta
yes,
leave now.
you gotta leave.
Sorry, I forgot.
We'll leave the lobby, let them get that started back up. We'll receive an invite, and we will get this Indianapolis Brickyard 200 underway.
Oh, yeah. Giggity giggity.
I'm here with the radio that they almost launched the Roval. That would have been exciting. Little surprise there.
Hey! Alright, I throw him a curveball like it.
Right? Yeah. Qualify at Indy Oval, race at the Roval.
I like that.
80 laps tonight, 24 for stage 1, 22 for stage 2, and 28 for the final. Let me know if you're in chat. Who do you think is going to be the winner? Element, do not accept the invite when you receive it.
Okay.
Did you get that I joined Shake 'em? I have not checked Dark Taker. They have the countdown on and we are getting ready to go. Let me know, like I said, who you think will be the winner tonight, who you are rooting for. It's gonna be so close. Like I said, I think the draft is really gonna keep these guys very, very close.
We'll see when tire wear comes in, though. I think I have a little bit of thing to say about that.
Well, from what I'm hearing... Alright, we can accept that invite. I almost turned off my Xbox. I don't know what is going on tonight. Alright, here we go. The Indianapolis 200 at the Brickyard. We're getting ready to go. It should be an exciting race. First race of the playoffs. 16 races this season. This is race number 11.
Oh, I've survived 11 races. Yeah.
Can you
Alright.
imagine?
No, I couldn't.
Let me know if you need an invite, but I think you set out a couple. Let the
Alrighty,
fun
alright.
begin, Lazar says. Absolutely. I think we are going to see a few incidents tonight. It's going to be a crazy race. Like I said, so much on the line for these drivers. We've had, I think tonight is the least amount of people we've had on field. I've had a couple of contact me. Just personal things in their lives going on that they can't come out here tonight. So I think we'll see a bigger field next week. That might help out these guys. We'll see. All right, the green is underway here at the Indianapolis 200. We have Rangers obviously leading us off. 42 of Thrills on the outside. He was a driver. Spotlight. These guys are so close. I mean, these guys are going to get squeezed when you're on the bottom. You can see him all the way back too wide. So far, great start element.
Yeah, great start. And that's the thing on these restarts is trusting the guy on the inside not to push up into you, especially when the groove is very narrow and you're trying to make hay on the outside.
Fluffy already on the outside. He started off third and he's making his way to second. But look at this, Tom Flitty in that number 8, directly behind Rangers. Makes a little bit of contact with Fluffy. That's going to send him out a little bit towards the wall. He managed to keep it off there, but Tom Flitty has a nice run. Rangers trying to keep him out of that draft as we head into turn 1 once again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to keep him out of that draft. Fairly strong, you get a nice pull. But how about Skabowski? He started up in 5th, he's still hanging there. He's fighting Fluffy for 4th right now. He's doing a pretty darn good job hanging up there with these guys right now.
You know, and we've talked about him, but I'm really impressed. He's way down low. I don't...
Curse.
I was just about to say booth curse for him, but I've seen him out on track a lot practicing, and I'm just really impressed with how much he has improved week after week. So I feel like he's going to do really well here tonight.
Well, with Ski getting loose off of turn 2 there, pulling the old Tom, that moves Fluffy back up into 4th, and Cow Fan slides up in the top 5.
We see Ranger still out there, number 1, the lead so far in that 11. We have Tom Flitty in the 8 and 2nd, and looks like 42 of Thrills. Oh, who just bounces off the wall. That's going to affect Fluffy a little bit, who takes over P3. That's going to put Thrills in 4th.
I'll tell you what, Frozen, I think we're going to see more people hit the wall than they did at Lady in Black here. Darlington stripe just changed over to the Indy stripe.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of it. I've seen a lot of it in practice. So far, they have not had a caution come out for that in practice. We usually don't run them there, but we haven't had any incidents that would cause that for that. So good on these guys, but right now seems like they're starting to spread out a little bit. But any contact with the wall that these guys are having, it's most definitely going to affect the guys behind. Who is that up above? Dohar. It looked like. Where's he at?
Oh, he's back here fighting in the back of the pack with Flyberg, Game Mastermind, and Combat. J-Mac leading this pack back here, trying to track down Super NASCAR Fan headed into 3. And now coming out of 3, and he just smacked the wall coming out of turn 2 there. Give her a nice clobbering.
Yeah, definitely do not want to do that. It's going to, damage is on. So anything that you hit is going to give you damage. And not only that, it really stacks up these cars. And Skyland just putting it to the 24, giving him a nudge. And that's going to send him up the track as he's got a little bit more speed. Skyland making his way by the 24 and the 1 car of Liebert.
Yeah, these boys in the back of the pack are... they're fighting pretty hard for every little inch right now. I'm going to keep an eye on J-Mac as now they're getting kind of spread out, getting into packs and stuff, because he's one of those very patient fellas that just likes to take his time, fill out his car, and he'll pounce when things get a little bit calmer.
Yeah, 20 to go in stage 1, and you can see the pack of 4 in this front pack. They are just getting away. They're already racing this. Look at this, 3 wide. Rangers backs it off. Fluffy takes over the lead. Tom to second, and Rangers, who was leading the race, he's now going to take over P3.
Ooh.
That was insane.
Change of
3
guard.
wide. Yeah, absolutely. And Thrills is just, he's sitting there riding in 4th and saying, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, if I was Thrills, I would just lay back, let these guys run their race, and race the track, not the people around you. That's the biggest thing about Indy is you got to race the track. Don't worry about who's around you and all that.
Rangers into the wall. I feel like he's having a lot of car handling issues right now. He's going to tuck in behind Thrills, but these guys are already put a gap between 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. So they're going to have to do some catching up.
Yeah, he might be running a little looser preset than some of these guys, so once he gets his adjustments in, throw a little bit of wedge in there, pump the tires up, get some stagger in her, he's going to be a rocket ship.
Absolutely. And seeing Tom out there in practice, I haven't seen a lot of Fluffy, but you know this guy is always bringing a fast car. Tom, he has been on track a lot, and he has had the speed to win tonight. These guys are always up front. They always put on a heck of a show, and it is no different tonight. They're just doing a fantastic job out there.
Oh, they're doing a great job, and that's the thing with this track. If you get a couple cars together, just even 2 cars, you can pull away. It's basically a big, square-shaped Talladega.
It kind of is. I mean, there's so much draft going into it. If you can hang on to it. I mean, we have a group of 5 right here. We have Dohard leading it in the 88. We have 9 of Leaf Justin. We have the 47. A lot of playoff guys in this thing. We have the 2 of Super NASCAR Fan. And let's see who's behind all of them. We have the 20 of Kyle Fan, who was a driver spotlight tonight. So a lot of really fast guys in this 3rd pack.
Yeah, and if they can get a couple of them guys just to play really nice, stay linked up together. Like, they're doing really well right now with all 5 or 6 of them. But if they can get like a solid group of 2 or 3, they'll be making some headway.
I think so. Oh, I see a little bit of lag when I'm on Kyle Fan. Hopefully they are not seeing that on track. I know that we did have some issues the other night where literally everyone lagged out of the race, so hopefully we don't see that. But you see the 2 of Super NASCAR Fan in this 3rd pack. And Element, what is going on with this 2nd pack? Let's take a look here. Looks like Rangers and Thrills are starting to get split up a little bit. Yeah. These guys are really getting split up from this front pack. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up before they have to make a pit stop, but that's coming up shortly.
That would be extremely difficult to make up that amount of time before pit stops. Everybody's going to have to try to get up pit road as clean as possible, get off pit road as clean as possible, try to lose or gain not try to lose as much time. You want to try and gain time, obviously, but it's very difficult, especially with using the access road. So it's just about not making mistakes getting on and off pit road. And you can, just from not making any mistakes, make up a ton of time.
So true. And a couple of these guys have we have 15 to go in stage 1, and a couple of these guys in practice, they have actually had penalties going into pit road because they just carried too much speed going in there. So they're really going to have to watch that, especially hitting someone in front of you. You see Kerr gets loose and he gets Thrills into the wall. That's going to definitely hurt him a little bit. I know that Rangers was running a higher preset, so until he is able to go in and change his setup to what he can handle, he might have an issue out here.
And that's the risk you run with running a higher preset. As back in Heat 4, I always like to run a very high preset, either an 8 or a 9.
You did.
As you know, first stage was usually a struggle. Got my adjustments in.
Yeah.
Knocking on that door. So That's the risk you run. You're not that strong at the very beginning, but as long as you hold your track position and around the top 5, you're it's going to be tough. You know, you're going to be really tough to beat.
It is, and these guys really have to watch it.
Oh, J-Mac got loose. Oh, he spun, and I think who was that in front of him? I think it was Cow Fan that hit him.
Oh, jeez. You see so much damage going on to, man, J-Mac. Yeah, a lot of damage for him. He's going to have to go in. However, that is before he can come in as far as if he can make it on fuel, and he hits the wall again coming off of turn 4. Really, really unfortunate for him at the moment.
I couldn't tell exactly what happened. I caught it mid-spin. Either he hit the apron, got all 4 tires on the apron or something, or Kyle didn't cut him any brakes and force him down. I couldn't catch it, but all I saw was him spin, and Kyle had nowhere to go.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate.
Smacked the wall too.
You know he's got a lot of damage going on, and it's probably making his car extremely tight. From what I'm hearing, caution is out at the line. I'm not sure. Something else happened for these guys, but we will see our first caution of the night.
That is a big break for J-Mac, because that struggle bus just it got huge after that wreck. He was still smacking the wall and all kinds of stuff. He's got a lot of problems with that car right now.
Yeah, he's definitely wanting that caution. You can see some dirt flying from these guys making their way around. But definitely needed. I don't know. We're going to find out what lap we are on, if it is in their pit window. But I guarantee every last one of these guys are coming in. The question is, will they have enough fuel to finish out stage 1? From what I'm hearing, they are halfway at the stage, so they should be okay.
I was going to say 10 to go. I was going to take a guess.
I knew it was going to be close because I just heard 15 to go like 2 laps ago, so I knew it was going to be very close. A shorter field tonight has definitely helped these guys kind of spread out and not have it 2 and 3 wide at all times, because I'll tell you what, if you guys have witnessed the rest of the season, you know these guys have a lot of passion, and they get aggressive out here. They want every last one of those spots. Only 12 out of about 28 drivers made it into the playoffs, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's Darwinism time. It's survival of the fittest.
You're telling me.
My favorite time.
That's a good part about being in the booth. You get to watch all the fun unfold in front of you instead of having to be in it and having to worry, you know, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Sometimes it's just nice to be on the other side of it.
Yeah, because I like it a little bit better. I like watching it rather than being in it, because I know how stressful it is. Sometimes that stress is no fun.
You know, our Discord after the races sometimes can get a little heated, but at the end of the day, these guys, they all hash it out and everything is fine, and we go back to racing, and these guys are a lot of fun. There's been several new drivers here that I've gotten a chance to know, and it's been really awesome.
Well, I see they still haven't fixed the pit road.
Just cars everywhere. It's just so bad.
Terrible.
I try to switch views, but it just doesn't make it any better. Look at these guys 3 wide trying to get off pit road.
Oh my god.
This is another thing. If it was a green flag stop, they would have to use the access road. I've seen some dirt flying as these guys try to make their way around. They do have to use it all the way until the backstretch.
And the access road is, I can't say what I really want to say, but it is not fun.
If you're not watching out, it can bite you. It can definitely bite you.
Believe me, I've had a few chunks taken out of me by this access road here.
Let's try to make our way up front. Fluffy will be leading us off to green once again. A lot of guys, I mean, every guy went in to get those tires and fuel. We have Tom Flitty in that number 8 on the outside. Thrills, who seem very confident tonight. He is starting in third at the moment, going back to green here.
And how about Super? He's sitting up there in, I believe, 7th right now.
Yeah, looking pretty good. These guys should be going back to green this time around. We'll see how they start off, but man, oh man, a lot of guys very tight together.
All your playoff drivers are pretty much all within spitting distance of each other.
We are back to green, heading into turn 1, and Fluffy got a little bit of a nose out. He's going to have that preferred lane on the inside. TomTom's going to fall back just a little bit. 42 of Thrills, he's going to be in second. And these guys are going to try to tuck in, see if they can go single file. Man, look how close. You can just see the entire field shift as they try to miss that wall.
Yeah, it's just, I don't,
Element speechless.
Combat. He gave the chrome horn to Skamboski going in 3 there.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen a lot of these guys kind of go at it. It's been very interesting. You see Combat in the 24 right behind the 1 of Liebert. Single file line all the way through the field. These guys so close together, but once they start getting out there, these guys are now on their adjustments, and you can just see how close some of these guys are getting to the wall, and it is really stacking these guys up.
Yeah, you see him on the exit.
9 laps to go, and it is already getting crazy. You see J-Mac going up on the high side, bringing Kyle with him. Comeback going to tuck underneath, but they're starting to shift around a lot, Element.
There's a lot of movement going on. I was going to say, you see him coming up off of the 2 and 1 and 3, where they get really tight exits. They're coming down to block going into the flatter corner, so that way they don't get a car underneath them.
Yeah, it's insane. And look at the leaders. We have Fluffy and TomTom. They are just putting quite the gap between them and third place. I mean, these guys are just on top of it. And behind them, they're just looking in the rearview mirror and just see the battle that these guys have going on. I mean, quite the stack up, but they're finally starting to get single file once again.
Yeah, we got Dr. Fluffy and Dr. TomTom up there right now because they're putting on a clinic on these boys.
We have to bring the cameras up to him. Let's bring it up here. Fluffy has quite the lead over TomTom. I'm not sure quite what happened to TomTom because they were on top of each other, but it looks like the field behind TomTom is getting ready to catch him, and hopefully they'll work together. But man, Fluffy is all by himself at the moment, and that is not something that you want to see. He's going to have to use that low line and see if he can take the draft away from him, but he's on his own little island.
I think Fluffy's got a big enough lead to where if they don't catch TomTom too quick, he's going to be able to finish this one out, winning this first stage.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming down to the wire here, and Fluffy, he's just out here to be competitive and to have fun. He can just make any move and just take the risk that he wants to. He doesn't have anything to lose at this point. The guys behind him, they need those points. They need the wins, so they need it. What are you looking at, Element?
just had a synchronized, 3 cars synchronized, all loose off the same, loose at the same time coming off 4. It was pretty much a sight to see. Nobody wrecked, but it was pretty cool.
I saw it in the distance, and it literally looks like when you're in a crowd and they do the wave. That's what it looked like to me, because they all just at the same time just went out and then came back in. It was like a little wave.
Yeah, it's like I saw firsthand. That would not be fun.
Yeah. And we're going to see that a lot tonight, and so far these guys have held it really well. I'm not sure what happened to J-Mac earlier. I know that he actually likes his car before adjustments are made, so I'm curious how his car is handling for him at the moment.
tell you, he's probably not happy right now fighting back here about mid-pack, sitting in between the Kyle Fan and Combat Beast sandwich going on right now. He's trying everything he can. He just smacked the wall.
5 laps to go in stage 1, and we have Kyle Fan, our driver, spotlight of that number 20. He is deep in the field at the moment, right behind the 47 of Wild Wreckneck, who is in the playoffs along with Kyle Fan. These guys have a few spots to make up, and you see Thrills, who started off very, very strong. He's fallen back a little bit, but man, oh man, it looks like Wild Wreckneck going underneath Thrills, making that pass. Great pass on his end.
Yeah, and like I said, when adjustments got put in, the 11 would be a rocket ship, and right now, he is going to the moon.
Look at these guys, just nose to tail all the way through. I mean, this pack was just on top of each other. Meanwhile, you see all these guys bunching up, but then these guys were going three wide just a second ago. I mean, what is going on here? Oh, a little bit of contact between Thrills and Kyle Fan. Very, very close, but they are still holding on. But look at this view right here. Just stacked up, and they're getting ready to take the turn, going 2 wide. We're going to see how these guys handle it. 3 wide, Super NASCAR Fan. We have Combat Beast, Wild Wreckneck.
Oh, he gave him what I'd like to call the ludicrous. You know what I mean? He moved him.
These guys, it is only stage 1, and these guys are getting nutty. Less than 5 to go. So yeah, things are coming down the wire.
I thought we were about to have another 3 wide. J-Mac backed out of it like a smart veteran driver right there.
Trippy Tricks, what's up? Thank you for tuning in tonight. If you want, go ahead and share that you're out here, but glad to have you. The racing out here is so much fun to watch tonight. This is a lot of fun. Element, what is Liebert doing on pit road? Really unfortunate to see.
Don't know. Not 100% sure. And maybe he lagged out.
You hate to see it. You know, he's had a lot of good drives out here throughout the season. I feel like he's gotten involved in quite a few things, though, that have really hurt him. But man, oh man, look at these guys.
Something.
Yeah, something's going on back here. We have Justin, who is going super low. Hit a couple of followers down there, though.
And Wild Wreckneck, what happened? I see 3 cars were off the pace. Combat Beast, J-Mac, and Wild Wreckneck were all off the pace. I don't know what happened.
Very interesting, but we have 2 to go, so these guys driving really low, trying to keep them out of draft. That is Justin and Dohar. You can just see Dohar just using the entire track, trying to keep Justin away. Meanwhile, the 42 of Thrills, he's out there catching up to him as they're over here playing games.
Yeah, they're playing cat and mouse right now, and it's allowing Thrills and Super NASCAR Fan to catch back up to them, so they keep playing around like this. They might be under attack here on this last lap.
And look at this, Fluffy in the lead. I mean, there is just nobody around him. He's got Rangers and Tom Tom. You can see them, a little bit of a gap between those guys. But they're going to have to work together. This is the final lap, though. This is going to be the close of stage 1. And Fluffy, who is not in the playoffs, he's going to take stage 1 win here.
And it's quite a sight to see that he was able to maintain and pull away just a little bit away from Tom and Rangers with them having being drafting partners.
Yeah, you can see it coming around here. Tom and Rangers going side by side for second. We're going to see if they can pull it off. Tom is going to get the nose out over Rangers. Fluffy going to take the stage win. Tom in second. We're going to have Rangers in third.
Oh, wow! We had a side-by-side finish for 4th place. Dohart just edged out Leafs. Leafs had a major run on the outside, and he got to his corner, and he tried side drafting him all the way to the line, and he almost got there. That was
wow.
Pretty fun.
There's a little bit of chatter going on over the radio between Justin and Dohar. Very interesting with breaking the draft. But yeah, very great run for stage 1. Swats, what's up? Glad to have you out here. Hope you're doing good. The racing out here tonight is just absolutely phenomenal.
That's something. We've only had one caution, so that's...
Don't jinx it. Yeah, that's
Come
one thing.
on.
We've had quite a few cautions out here, but the racing, everyone is so they race really, really hard out here. So it's to be expected. But tonight, man, these guys are on it, and I want to see them race it out.
Oh!
What
my.
happened to Fluffy? He was leading us off for stage 2, and man, somebody got collected behind him. I would imagine that's gonna...
Fluffy's leading.
What?
Oh, it was Dohar.
It was Dohar?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened, but yeah. If I would imagine that's gonna bring out a caution, since 2 cars, from what I saw, that involved. We'll see what happens here in a minute.
I don't know if he's under power or something. I think he's out of gas.
You think he missed the pit stop? Or I mean,
Yeah,
to going in? Man, I'm not hearing anything over the radio. I'm not quite sure what happened with that, but we'll have to find out.
I mean, you can hear the motor running, but there's nothing. There's no go. So I mean, I don't know. To me, I'm guessing he might be out of fuel.
Man, absolutely incredible. Yeah,
Oh! 13 spinning.
What is going on? Yeah, the caution is definitely out. Interesting stuff going on right here. Element, you jinxed us.
Class hands together makes it more interesting.
You're a nut. You're a nut.
I know.
Dark Taker, thank you so much. Dion, what's up? He says he pulled a me. Dion knows. Poor Dion. We love you, Dion.
Oh, Gary's got a ton of damage too. I wonder what happened to him.
You know, I'm wondering if the lap 1 incident right there for stage 2, that was kind of nutty. No one had time to react to that,
yeah.
really.
That was a lot happening in just a 1 lap.
Yeah. It definitely took me off guard. I actually thought Fluffy was the one that did not go on that.
Oh yeah, he's definitely out of fuel. Rangers is pushing him back to pit road.
Oh no. Mistakes were made. Let's go back there. The drive of shame back here for, he's got a couple of helpers. Kyle Fan pushing him, Rangers pushing him. That's definitely the drive of shame right there.
I don't think it accepted his pit stop, or it did like the pit stop glitch, or whatever, where
it's very possible.
You click the pit and it doesn't pay you. So, and I think he was right on the edge of already running out, and as soon as it went green,
that
right
is just so unfortunate. You know, and you heard the battle up here he had for stage 1 finish. Great battle. You know, the guys got the speed. Definitely needed this caution to come out, but he's got a long way to go. These guys are gonna push him into pit road to let him get some fuel out there. Kudos to Rangers and Kyle Fan.
That's good sportsmanship from a couple of playoff drivers right there.
For sure. Every last one of those guys are in the playoffs competing at the moment. Speaking of playoffs, we're going to talk about, this is a little different than what we normally run. And we usually do a set, you know, we do a set of 12 and then 8 and then we go down to 4 all the way for the championship. This time we're just having all 12 drivers race it out. We will crown a champion here at Phoenix on race 16. This is race 11, so it's just, you got to be consistent here. Absolutely. Jesse says, seeing people race amazingly like this just makes me wish that it was this way in all of the online races. You know, wouldn't that be awesome if that were the case? But these guys are definitely a great group of guys. You know, they can get aggressive with each other. They can race each other super hard, but what do you expect? I mean, you have so many fast drivers out here. They're not just gonna give it up so easily. Goat Khan says we need this in iRacing. I'm telling you what, we're gonna try to get a league going in iRacing quite shortly, actually.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I need a league on there. I need a league on there. I'm tired of getting punched around on official races out there.
Yes, I say we do a 410 sprint car. Yes.
Well, okay.
Yes.
I don't know about all that, but
I tried. I tried.
it would be fun to watch. And I love this. These guys definitely took a couple of extra laps just to allow Dohar to get out there, to give Rangers his spot back and Kyle Fan their spot back. So, you know, the sportsmanship of these guys is just awesome. I love them all. They're good. They're good guys. You too, yes, absolutely, Rock. Absolutely. Stage 2 will have 20 laps to go as we sit at the moment. These guys are going in. Get those tires, get that fuel. Man, pit road. I wish I could pick a different camera. We'll go on board the Rangers. Here we go. 150 laps. Where are we headed? Where are we headed for iRacing?
Ooh. Let me pick. Iowa.
Yeah, you know what? We were gonna do that the first race. Oh my gosh, that made me so dizzy. These cameras, I swear. A lot going on with these drivers. Hopefully that is some kind of crazy glitch, but man, oh man, you want Daytona. I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Ew.
Oh, you and your dirt racing, which I can't even say that because it's freaking awesome.
Iowa. I said
Okay,
Iowa.
okay. I mean, you're right. The Roval. I've been practicing at the Roval. A lot of fun, but man, oh man, it is rough. Tom Flitty, you see him out there. Let's take a look. He will be leading us off to green. He's got the 9 of Leaf Justin. He's going to be on the outside with Fluffy starting in 3rd on that restart. Let's see who we have behind him. Oh, geez.
Interesting turn of events for Tom there.
Yeah, look at Super NASCAR Fan. That's who I was trying to see. He is going to be out here starting in 4th on the restart.
Well,
what is our pick to win the championship? Now you're bringing a sore subject for Element. I'm in love with it. Chase Elliott all the way, man. I'm crossing my fingers. It's got to be Chase. Element, he wanted. I'll let you tell them.
I'm obviously the biggest Harvick fan ever. The biggest fan since 2000 when he was in the Busch Series. So it's not like
he's super sad.
overnight. I've like literally waited years for him to get a championship with good equipment. Finally happened, even though he made RCR better than it was back in the early mid 2000s. And now I'm disappointed once again because I hate the system and the package.
Well, there you hear it there. For right now in this race, Super NASCAR Fan, who started off 4th, he has fallen back several spots. You see Skyland in that 18 out in front of him. Man, Super was going too wide with the 24 of Combat Beast. Now he's got Thrills pushing him into the next turn of turn 3. Let's take a look at these guys. So close after that race start. Tom Flitty, you see him up there. I do believe he is the one in the lead. Let's see if we can take a look. Yeah, that is none other than Tom Flitty in that 8, and he has Fluffy directly behind him in that 16. The 9 of Justin, he's sitting there in 3rd, and we're going to have Rangers rounding out the top 4 with Sky. He's going to be a P5.
Yeah, Sky, I was going to say something. Skyland snuck his way up there. He's doing some good things right now. And Super still sticking right there with him. Only lost 2 spots on that restart. The Thrills making a move to the inside. Got J-Mac, Combat Beast right behind him. He finally made some headway through this field. The times are a-changing.
The times are changing and guys are moving around quite a bit. You have, looks like a couple of different packs here, but man, that front pack is huge right now. And they have all that draft. What happened? Did you see that?
Did you see that?
I sure did. Who was that?
My. That was Kyle Finn. He went for a ride. I think he's on pit. Yes. He went right on the pit road.
I don't know if he got loose coming off of the turn right there, but man, oh man, he just dove it down onto pit road. Hopefully he did not give himself a penalty going onto pit road, but I know that his confidence was not extremely high here tonight. We'll see how he fares.
I'll try to speak for him. I'll say he got loose because turn 4 is a very tight exit, and it is very easy to get loose if you're over driving that corner.
Yeah, especially when it's this crowded. I mean, the first couple of laps here, I'm just hearing sheet metal, man, hitting the wall. You guys see behind Skibowski, they were 3 wide on the front stretch. Guys playing musical cars back there going into turn 1. Absolutely incredible, but yeah, they are off and running. 15 to go in stage 2, and there is a lot of action going on, Element.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. A lot of fighting, a little bit of single file, but that's more guys planning attacks, trying to pick a spot up here and there. So nothing too crazy yet, but a little bit of strategy playing in the track position.
Combat Beast in that 24, he is directly behind Leaf Justin. These guys in a nice tight pack right here. You saw J-Mac in that 3. He was pushing Combat Beast, just saying, hey, let's get moving on up to these guys. You know they have the draft. They just need to make it work together to get up there. But Fluffy, he is leading the next pack. Let's see if we can get up there with him. I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, he is the leader right now. He's got Rangers directly behind him in that 11. We have 8 of Tom Flitty checking it out on the inside. See if he can take it too wide. These guys are calling it super, super close. There he goes, diving into the corner. He's going to go side by side with Fluffy. The 42 goes side by side with Rangers. These guys hold it out, and the race is not over just yet.
Yeah, I'm back here. Saw Super missing his marks here and there. Let Ski by. He got back by Ski. But I'm curious to see Ohar on making moves, trying to get forward. He was, but now he's getting passed on by both Game Mastermind and Wild Wreckneck on the outside after getting a little loose coming out of the corner. So he's back here in the back of the pack trying to make his way forward and struggling just a bit unless he's playing a fuel strategy.
Yeah, up front here, though, Fluffy putting a little gap between him and second place of Tom Flitty. They got mixed up once they were going too wide. They are now back together, but you see J-Mac leading that second pack, and that is Justin directly behind him and Combat Beast in that 24. Then you have a whole nother pack behind him of about 4 cars. I mean, these guys are just all over it. Look at him back here.
Tell you, these guys keep racing like this. That second pack of 3 cars is going to be right there, which they are closing rapidly. Oh, we're going to have a nice big pack here at the front here in a couple laps.
We sure are. You see Skibowski and that 96 as we have 12 to go, and we have a car into the wall that's going to separate them a little bit. I think that was Wild Wreckneck, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Skyland too. We just smacked the turn 2 wall.
I'm telling you, these corner exits, they can be disastrous.
Rangers to the lead. Splits Tom and Fluffy with a hard push from Thrills.
Man, oh man, I mean, these guys up here just battle after battle. Pit stops are still coming up here. Rangers diving it down low and long with Tom Flitty. These guys are going to pit. Hopefully they did not get themselves a pit penalty here. You see Skyland going in with them and a couple other takers. These guys are going to be off and running, though.
That move. Wow.
I'm sad to say I missed it.
Wow. I did it. And I'll tell you, your jaw would have hit the floor. I thought Thrills was going to try and sneak in there with Rangers, but no, he backed off, but he gave him one big push to sneak right on through there. It was pretty awesome.
Wow. Dion, why are you mad at Harvick? I see you out there. Fuzzy, what's up? We have Thrills as the leader. He has not pit just yet. We do have 10 to go, so it is in the pit window. These guys can pit now and be just fine for the finish of the race. However, the guys that pit later, they will have fresher tires than, let's say, Rangers and Tom Flitty. We're going to see how it ends up, though, for the end of stage 2. You see Sky back on the track as he's coming off the access road. You see Rangers and Tom Flitty up ahead. Man, 42 into the wall. So unfortunate right there, but I guarantee we'll see him pit this time around. Oh, he cost you a spot in the finals, Fantasy. I gotcha. Yeah, I felt so bad for him. I really did. Thrills letting these guys go around. It does look like he's going to try to go in this time around. Let's see. There he goes on his way into pit road. Man, him getting into the wall is definitely going to cost him, though. One thing I can say about these two, I got to bring it back up to Rangers and Tom Flitty. They get a plan and they usually stick it out together, and you know, that is a great thing to do. You need all the help that you can get, and these two, they know each other. They've known each other forever, so they work really well together, and you just have to have that partnership here, especially at a draft track. You see behind him, though, I do believe that is Fluffy. He, on the other hand, he has zero help, so if he has anyone behind him, they're going to be able to catch up to him.
Yeah, and I know all too well about these two in Indy. And yeah, let's just say, yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm not, no details, just very disappointed with how well they want to work with each other at Indy.
Yeah, I mean, they do. They work really well together. You see Thrills. 8 laps to go in stage 2, and you see Thrills coming back on track. He's gonna make it out directly in front of Sky, but you see the time that he lost after getting into the wall. So we'll see if he can make up some time on the leaders. But Fluffy, you can see his view of Tom Flitty, who is leading the race, and Rangers. Who's gonna take the win? We had Fluffy take the win for stage 1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see who can take it for stage 2.
Yeah, and this is going to be huge for these guys right here. One of these two wins the stage. That's going to be big for points during this playoff run here. And Tom leading the race is going to be using up a little bit more of his stuff compared to Rangers just sitting behind him. You know, you're probably going to see a last lap pass for the lead at some point.
Yeah, and these guys, they have, you know, the playoff points that carried over. You know, these guys are going to go side by side for the finish here at stage 2. They want the points. They need the points. I mean, everyone's going to go for it if they can. But Rangers, he's got 11 playoff points. Tom Flitty, he's got 10, so he's so close there. These guys grabbed some points in stage 1 already. Now it's just up to stage 2 and who can win.
Yeah. Every single point adds up. Oh, I think that was lag. I think there might have been lag. Unless Rangers backed off super early because it looked like a donkey kick.
It is possible. You never know. I hope it stays away for these guys, but these guys will definitely battle it out. You can see the long line, and so many guys are separated. You know, once you go into pit stops and everything else, and people start getting separated, you know, there's so much gap between these guys. You see Fluffy out there, and I do believe that might be Thrills behind them. But yeah. What do you see, Element?
A lot of people on pit road.
Is there?
Well, a lot. Like, you got Combat Super, Game Mastermind, Justin, Kyle Fan. I think that might have been everybody. But yeah, there was a good group of people that hit pit road.
Very busy pit road. You see Combat Beast making his way back on. A lot of dirt flying as he's trying to get back on track. You see Fluffy going by in that 16. We'll see if they can catch up to Combat and kind of work together. They're going to try to make their way up to Combat Beast, but we are definitely coming down to the wire for stage 2. It's going to be close. I mean, a lot of playoff drivers up in the lead here towards the front of the pack.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why they all pit. I mean, they should have been good to go on fuel to the end of the stage. A little confused.
Strategy call somewhere. I'm not really sure, but we have the 20 of Kyle Fan directly behind Wild Wreckneck. Kyle Fan has had a rough race at the moment. We'll see if he can make up any more positions. But you see J-Mac and that number 3 behind them a little bit. He's hoping that they keep fighting. If that's the case, he'll get some draft.
Well, Skyland got a little tight in turn 2 there and slid up. Scraping the wall, giving it another strike.
From what I hear, there's a little conflict over the radio between him and Dohar. Not quite sure what happened with those two, but some contact to go as we are hitting 4 laps to go in stage 2.
4 laps to go. I'm wondering if the leaders can actually make it.
I don't know, but talking about leaders, who is this in front of the leaders? Do we have a new leader, or is TomTom still our current leader?
TomTom should still be the current leader. Justin was on pit road, so he is fighting to stay on the lead lap.
Man, oh man. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that is some... That 9 car is the leader.
What?
Strategy. All I can say is strategy. That's insane. Let's go find,
I'm so baffled. I am baffled. I have no answer. How?
Element is mind blown, and Justin is out here
was
trying
just
to
on
keep...
pit road.
I'm telling you, strategy. I'm telling you, he probably stayed out and took possibly less fuel, less tires, 2 tires. We'll see what happens. However,
I thought everybody pitted.
we're gonna 3 laps to go. Can Justin hold them off for stage 2 finish here? He's gonna have a lot of holding him off to do, defending that, because they are all over him. You see him trying to break the draft there, but man, with TomTom Flitty and we have Rangers working together, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it.
Oh, those two ain't working together no more. We're less than 5 laps. No, it's every man for himself at this point.
We'll see. TomTom all over Justin, just putting the pressure on him. Justin working all parts of the track, trying to keep them off of him. TomTom Flitty, I mean, he's gonna follow. He's trying to get everything he can. Rangers is kind of holding back, just seeing what's gonna happen, and you know he is waiting for these guys to go too wide, and he's just gonna sneak and thread the needle.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Rangers likes to do. He likes to be sneaky. He likes to make. He likes to ninja you in the back of the head.
I know.
Like, you never know when it's gonna hit you.
I'm trying to get back up through here. Let's go on the view of Rangers as we are just a couple to go in stage 2. Rangers directly behind the 8 of TomTom Flitty. Our leader, the number 9 of Leaf Justin. Can he hold them off and get some much needed playoff, some much needed points for the playoffs here? And you can see him again using all parts of the track. We're coming down to the final lap here. It is going to be so close, and Justin, you know, he is just all over the rearview mirror, but he drives it too high. TomTom Flitty is going to take over the lead. Ranger's going to go on the inside. Justin trying to squeeze him down, but he is going to pass him. Justin is going to move to P3.
I got to give him an A+ for effort. Wow, I don't know what kind of strategy you pulled there to get the lead. Wow.
Look at these guys. Oh, so much contact between these guys.
Oh my God, no way.
Rangers falls back, Justin, to the lead once again. What in the world is going on?
Oh my God.
Crazy stage 2.
Rangers came up and his quarter got into Justin, putting him up in the straightaway on the wall. And then I don't know what happened to Tommy did the same thing to Rangers, and he pushed up into 3, and Justin just slid on by.
Justin slid on by, yeah. You know, Tom, he slowed down a bit. I don't know if that was to be like, hey man, sorry that happened. I'm gonna slow up a little bit. I'm not sure, but man, what a wild stage 2 finish right there.
I take back everything I said about his strategy now. It worked.
I'll tell you what, you can't count Justin out with strategy, man. I mean, if someone's got the strategy, he is on top of it. I was like, is Justin in the lead? And man, Justin's gonna kill you. Because you're just over there. I think he's a lap down.
No, I said fighting to stay on the lead lap.
Well, okay, yes. You know.
Well, I thought they were doing their second pit stop. I was confused because I thought everybody had already made all their pit stops.
Apparently not. I mean, the strategy well played for Justin takes that win home right there, and we are starting off for stage 3. Then 9 will lead us off. We're gonna take a look here. Rangers on the outside, 9 leading us off, going into turn 1, and we're gonna have Tom Flitty in 3rd, Fluffy in 4th. We're back under green.
Now all Justin's got to do is just hold that top spot and keep that track position.
And, oh, man, I already just saw some contact with the wall out there. The aggressiveness is going to come out. You know it is, especially as these... Well, yes, I did, Dion. Same difference, but you see these guys going side by side for the lead already. Rangers is going to have a nose out. He's going to tuck directly in front of Justin. Justin moving to P2. Tom Flitty, P3. Thrills, who's had a fantastic run all night. He's in the top 5 right here. And Fluffy, he's going to round out our top 5. These guys going 3 wide. Look at this. Man, Justin, Tom Flitty, and Thrills took the inside, gives a bump to Justin. That's going to shove him out. Man, oh man.
Oh, yeah, I bet he's not happy right now.
I would say. The radio is quiet at the moment, but we'll see what happens here. Rangers is going to be our new leader with Tom Flitty out there in 2nd. We have Thrills in 3rd. Fluffy in 4th, and let's see if we can take a look at who's 5th. That looks like Ski back in the top 5. Great one for him also.
Yeah, Ski's put himself back up here in the hunt, and he's got Dohar right behind him, trying to sneak his way back up in the top 5. So we're gonna have ourselves a nice, pretty little battle for that 5th spot.
We're on board with the 24 of Combat Beast, and you see he's got quite the group of guys directly ahead of him. He's also got the number 2 of Super NASCAR Fan directly ahead of him. These guys all in the playoffs. I don't believe. What are you seeing out
nice
there, Element?
Move by Fluffy. Thrills nicked the wall and coming out of turn 2 and lost a lot of momentum, and Fluffy was right behind him. Made a nice move to miss him. Gotta give props on that, got some cat-like reflexes.
I'm telling you what, on tracks like this where the outside wall is so easy to hit, you really have to be prepared that at any corner exit, that can happen, and you're just gonna have to jerk it left and hope that you can make the move and stay clear of him.
Yeah, these exits of these turns are like rabid dogs. They just want to bite you every single lap.
You're not wrong. It's definitely fun to watch, but I'm sure a little frustrating as you're out there trying to keep your car clean because damage is on. 50% race, 3 times wear. Really test these guys, but the front 5, they are definitely in their own little pack. Justin leading that 2nd pack in that 9 car. Looks like, man, did it look like Fluffy possibly hit the wall a little bit coming off that corner?
Oh, he did in 4 there. Tom, he had a run on Tom. He got nose there. And Tom didn't, thought he was still clear, and he wasn't clear. But Fluffy still has momentum. He swings on by Tom as he slides on back into 3rd place.
We're on board once again with the 9 of Leaf Justin leading that second pack. He's got quite the group with him, and you don't see anyone behind these guys. We have the 2 of Super NASCAR Fan going down low, right below the 42 of Thrills with Combat Beast, all directly behind him. These guys, they're going to have to stay in a single file line. You can just see once they go too wide, you don't know exactly where the guy is going to take their car, so things can get jumbled up pretty quickly, and that's only going to hurt your chances to catch the guys in front. Justin, he is a man on a mission. I know he's probably thinking, let's stay single file. We gotta catch these guys ahead of us. This is the last part of the race. Let's just do it, get up there, then we can battle.
Well, in Justin and Thrill's position, if those two can just stay bumper to bumper, they could potentially catch that bigger pack of five cars, 6 cars, because they got to keep a tighter line trying to go in the corners, and it's very tough to do, especially with a bigger pack. 2 of you can make some headway. Oh my God! Don't know what happened there. Like Combat just took dead left right down to the Super, almost put him in the grass. Wild stuff going on back there.
You know who we haven't talked a lot about? Game Mastermind. Someone asked where Gary was. I'm not sure exactly what position he was, but man, you saw it right there. He was all by himself. I don't know where exactly he is on track, but yeah, lonely place for him to be at the moment, but hopefully we can get him back up there. But Game Mastermind, let's go back to him. He has had a very, very strong season also, and I just see him nick the wall a little bit as he's got the 47 of Wild Wreckneck directly behind him. He's kind of losing that pack ahead of him. Definitely not what you want to see. We'll see if he can make his way back up there, but it looks like he's just trying to hang on at the moment. Oh, another car into the wall. Trying to save it. That is going to allow him possibly to hold on to that draft.
Frozen, we got a new second place car.
Let's bring her back up. Who we got?
Skibowski pulled a 2-for-1 and swung by both Fluffy and Tom to take over second. As Fluffy down here to turn 1 swung it back on the inside of him. So we got, they're shuffling around up here.
A nice little battle. We've talked about Ski this entire season. This is a driver who is used to setups. He came out here and you can just see him improve week after week. Really cool to see. So right now he's sitting P3, and I think if he can continue this, we're going to hear from him in the booth afterwards. I would love to see it.
Yeah, he's having a great race tonight. Keeps his nose clean, keeping himself up there in contention for the win. Possibly see him up in the booth as the winner tonight.
I'm hearing we have some action back here with that 3 car of J-Mac. Let's take a look. He is directly behind the 20 of Kyle Fan. So far, these guys are just single file, trying to make their way up to the pack ahead of him. But man, oh man, very, very tight racing, and you can see them starting to get a little separated up front. I'm not sure quite what's going on up there.
Yeah, they're getting a little squirrely up front. I noticed a couple times they've smacking the wall just a little bit here and now. I shouldn't say smacking, more like giving it a little kiss on the lips, but other than that, not too much.
Skylin and that number 18, we've seen him make some contact earlier, but he is riding solo right now. Definitely not a fun place to be, so hopefully we'll get him back up here. But let's bring it back up to the front. We have Fluffy in the current lead. We have 11 of Rangers in P2, Ski in P3, but we have a lot of guys up here. Top 6 so far, running pretty close, but man, oh man, Fluffy back to the lead.
Yeah, and that's been a common sight tonight. Fluffy to P1, and I got a feeling he's gonna be tough to beat. Should.
Let's go on board with the 42 of Thrills, and TomTom dives it way down low into the grass. That is going to push him up the track. The 42 of Thrills is going to take over that position, and he is going to fall back a little bit. You can see the 42 just getting super loose coming off that turn 4 exit.
Still loose.
Yeah, that's
halfway down the
crazy.
straightaway.
Incredible save for him. You see Ski still holding on up there in third with Rangers in second. Fluffy still leading him off, but man, you can just see these guys getting so loose, trying to keep it off the wall coming off the exits. It's a hard track to do that, and 18 to go. This is the final part of the race here. We still have to get in a pit stop. We're not in the window just yet, so if they pit now, they're gonna have to pit again.
No, it makes me wonder if it was not actually a strategy, maybe.
Oh!
Oh, he spins. Oh no.
Contact between 42 and Ski. Caution will be out, but man, oh man, that was tough. That was tough right there.
That was just weird. They made a little bit of contact to smack the wall a little bit. The next thing you know, he's just doing loop-de-loops.
You can see the contact made right there, and all of a sudden the 42 just gets slammed into the wall. 17 to go as the caution is out. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but this has been a pretty clean race so far.
And a very clean race. There's been a little bit of bumps along the way, but you know, you're gonna have that, especially playoff time.
Absolutely. We're getting down to the final part of the race, like we said, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. 47 of Wild Wreckneck. What happened with that?
I'm gonna say got on the binders a little too hard.
Good grief. You know, this makes things very interesting, though, as we have 17 to go. That is not in their pit window. I would assume most guys are going to pit, but they're going to have to pit again after this.
No, but Frozen, do you know what this puts them in the window for?
What?
Possible fuel strategy.
Do you think they can do that, though? That's a lot of laps to save there. But yeah, definite fuel strategy unless you mean a short stop. Which, definitely.
Well, what they fooled me on with what? Or, the Justin fooled me with?
Yeah.
You know? I thought they'd
that's
already
definitely.
been their second to stop. What I'm guessing is that could be done here. Because I'm going to say they're going to go green with about 15 to go. Fuel window being 12 to 13, 2 to 3 laps is not out of the realm of possibility.
Especially for those guys on a shifter. If they put that sucker in neutral, they can definitely save some fuel doing that also.
Oh, they can save a bunch.
Listen to all that contact. Oh my gosh. I don't see a single driver out, staying out under caution, so yeah, everyone's gonna come in. That's exactly what I would do. No point in staying out whatsoever. Fluffy gonna beat Rangers to the line, so he will be leading us out. Rangers in second, Tom coming out third. Let's see if I can take a look. Is that Ski coming out in fourth? Yep, that is Ski out there in fourth, so you see the top four right there with Dohar gonna be top 5.
Now, you see, for Fluffy right now, he's put in a box being the leader. Like, he has to try and keep this track position. He's not going to be able to save. He's going to have to try and push as much as he can. Now, for, say, Justin, such as a Justin or a J-Mac or a Super back here, they can fall back and try their best to save as much fuel as they can. Because more than likely, we might be seeing a long green flag run here to the end of the race.
I think so. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting finish here. These guys should go green this time around, but yeah, I mean, it all is going to depend on Fluffy, and he is the guy leading the race here right now, so that can be harder to save fuel here. It's going to be something to see.
Might even see somebody stretch it to the very end, like the last couple laps, just take 2 tires or no tires and just a little bit of fuel.
We might see some new leaders coming off just from that. We saw it last stage with Justin, as you said. So we'll see what happens here, but we are back to green once again. Everybody getting a little shifted coming off to green here, but Rangers in the lead, 16, a Fluffy in second. We have the Tom Flitty in third. Very, very close all the way throughout the field.
Seeing how Rangers got that big old jump from the outside, I'm willing to bet this might have been strategy on Fluffy's part. Let him get the lead, sit back in the draft, try to save a little bit of fuel. That's what I would have done. That's pretty smart.
It is a very smart move. I do not want to be the guy leading the race at the moment. You're out there using more fuel than everyone else. When you're behind them, you can let that draft carry you and kind of ease up off the gas and save that fuel that you need. I mean, this is a very important part of the race where they have to save if they want to get that win here tonight.
Yeah, and then you got right behind Fluff, you got one of the best fuel savers on Heat and Gohars. Oh, and it's going to be tough to call who's going to win this one if we go green to the end.
We see Tom Flitty out there in the lead with Rangers in second. I wonder if these guys maybe might do some strategy and say, hey, look, let me lead. You take a break on that, and then we'll switch around, try to save some fuel. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes with these guys.
Could be Rangers just pulling a veteran move, let him go so that way he can sit behind him and use his draft to save fuel. You just don't want to be the leader. It's going to be musical leader for a little bit.
Thrills just said he lagged out. He said no lag, no anything, and then he just lagged out. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You were doing so well tonight. I'm telling you what, guy. There's just always something crazy. Absolutely insane. Element, we have 13 laps to go in this race. It is coming down almost to single digits here. Single file line all the way back. Definitely, I do not want to be out in the front. You see how the 16 of Fluffy, he brought it back to P3 so that he could save. It's just going to be interesting to find out.
Oh, I don't know what's going on with Calfan, but he's way back here off the pace. Just smacked the wall going into 3. Maybe he's just saving fuel really hard and the car's just a little bit wibbly wobbly for him. Not sure.
Yeah, he is very off pace at the moment and just nobody around him. Really unfortunate for him tonight. I know that he did not have a lot of confidence going into tonight. He's looking forward very much to upcoming races, but tonight just very much a struggle for him. Bringing it back around here, we are in the number 2 car of Super NASCAR Fan. You see the lead group up there. That is the top 6 cars. That's going to bring Super NASCAR Fan as P7, leading the second group, trying to keep them out of the draft. Man, if I were him, I'd be working with them to try to catch the guys ahead. I mean, you really have to catch those guys to keep in the game.
And if I was the guys behind him, I would just try to save as much fuel as I can. I mean,
yeah.
At this point, it's anybody's ball game when it comes to this fuel here.
Super NASCAR Fan taking it way down low. Interesting strategy for him as 47. I'm not sure what happened to him, but man, he goes way down low, and that is going to bring him off of the draft from that second pack, and things have definitely switched up here, Element.
Yeah, that was, I think it was a case of, I'm coming up, you're going down, and we're going to try to side draft each other at the same time.
Did Super NASCAR Fan just pit?
Yes, he did.
Very interesting. I'm wondering if that's why he was going down low. I was kind of curious, not really sure, but interesting strategy for him.
Yeah, he's pulling the early pit stop, trying to get it out of the way now. Not my favorite pit strategy call, but hey, to each his own.
We'll see how it plays out for him, but we do have 10 laps to go. Very, very tight up here up front. We have TomTom Flitty in the lead. We have Ski in second, Rangers in third, 16 of Fluffy, who we just saw kiss the wall just a little bit going into turn 3. He's in P4. Dohart kind of hanging back. I think he's saving a little bit of fuel out there. He's going to be your top 5.
Oh, you know Dohar's saving fuel.
Oh.
He's gonna be. He's either gonna make it to the end, or he's gonna be the very last one to stop. Either come out with right sides or fresh his 4 tires and be super fast at the end with low fuel. Either way, he's not gonna be on pit road very long.
Absolutely. And he's kind of what's putting the gap in between, you know, him and the guys in front of him. So you know he's definitely saving a little bit. We have Fluffy up ahead of him. So these guys really getting separated with trying to save gas. Rangers and TomTom, you know them. They want to do it on speed. They don't like the strategy of having to save fuel everywhere. They want to win it on speed. So we'll see how it plays out for the guys who want to save fuel and play at that strategy, and guys like Rangers who they may just want to go out on speed.
And they hate strategy. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it.
They really do.
But you got to adapt. I mean, you got to adapt to each situation in any race, and you always got to be prepared for a strategy play. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of strategy. I'd like to win on speed, but sometimes you got to pull that strategy card out of the old bag of tricks just so you can pull one out.
Absolutely. 8 laps to go. We're coming down to the wire. Once we hit 5, there are no more cautions. If something happens, that's it. So these guys are going to have to try to be safe, but be aggressive so that they can make up the positions that they need. But we have, it looks like TomTom Flitty in the lead here. Ski in second, Rangers in third.
Dohar makes a move to the inside of Fluffy, gets around him. Wondering if Fluffy might be saving a little bit harder than Dohar is.
Very possible. I wish I could see how close these guys were on fuel. You see Ski diving it down low. I think that is his sign that he is going to pit this time around. We're going to find out. We'll see if we have any takers. If he goes in, he's going to need that help. He's had a strong night all night here. We'll see if he has anyone else.
I didn't see anybody else signal. It's going to be a tough call, especially if he goes down on pit road. Whoa. And TomTom is just
Rangers goes in.
Whoa!
Rangers goes in along with Ski. Very, very interesting here. Fluffy falling back harder, trying to save TomTom out in the lead. Interesting element. I figured those two would have gone in together, TomTom and Rangers.
Yeah. I would think TomTom would go in before Rangers. Rangers usually one to stretch it out as far as he can.
6 laps to go in the final part of this race. TomTom in the lead with quite a bit of gap between him and second place. He will be entering pit road solo unless we have Combat Beast go in with him or Fluffy. Will we have any takers? But he's got a little bit of a gap, so we'll see what happens. Here he goes on to pit road. Ah, man, very interesting call for these guys. You see Ski coming back out on track. We'll see where he ends up. We have Rangers directly behind him. These guys might work together, but a little bit of gap between these guys even. A lot of solo guys running right now.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of solo guys playing a lot of, getting spread out because they're playing a lot of strategy right now. And I'm on board with Fluffy right now listening to the car, and I can tell you, I don't even think he's doing full throttle on straightaways. He can't be doing more than 8,500, 8,000 maybe on the straightaways, and then the center of the corner, it's almost silent. He's barely got any throttle in it. So
You know,
he's saving.
we saw him in a previous race trying to save fuel.
Going on pit road.
He's going on pit road. Okay. We saw him in a previous race trying to save fuel, ran out of fuel in turn 4 and lost the race. So we have Dion out there saying he thinks the 8 is going to win it. And he says change that to the 11. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. We got asked who we thought might get it. You know, oh man. I'm gonna have to say Tom Tom Flitty.
All right.
Speaking of that,
say
where is
that.
Tom Tom?
We got what, 4 or 5 to go.
Yeah.
Dohar just signaled, and Combat just signaled. Dohar stays out. He did not signal. He's staying out another lap.
3 laps to go at the line. We're coming down to the wire element.
Oh my God, he's still out on pit road. He's doing a splash and go. This could be Dohar's race.
This is crazy. We have Tom Tom Flitty right behind Rangers. Let's find out who is our leader at the moment then. Is that Ski?
No, I believe it's Dohar.
The leader
Dohar's
is the
still out on
88.
track.
Okay. Let's
And
go
now
on board
he's
with
got-
Dohar. Dion says, okay, change that to the 88. Look at the lead he has though. This is gonna be, I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. I'm gonna be an absolute nervous wreck. These guys are crazy.
And he stays out another lap. This what, with 2 to go?
Are you surprised? It's Dohar here. This guy is nutty. Dion puts mind games for his picks. 88, you can just see how much slower he is going. We have 2 laps to go, so man, let's take a look and see how far they are behind. You don't see anyone at all. I mean, they did go in and pit. I'm not sure what kind of strategy they took. I do see someone now rounding out of the turn, but man, there is a lot of distance to go. We're coming up. Dohar's gonna take the white flag coming up around here shortly, but oh, this is crazy. Dion says the 88 has to pit.
Oh, he's not.
He's not pitting.
He's not. He's not.
Oh my gosh, we've seen so many crazy races this season where the winner has run out of fuel in the final turn. We've seen crazy wrecks happen and somebody else wins completely. This is going to be insane. White flag is in the air here at the Indianapolis Brickyard 200. Will we get Dohar to see his 3rd win of the season?
Hey, if he makes it, I just want to say, I said somebody will save the fuel, and lo and behold, here we go.
Yeah, I think Dohar is going to have to coast it. He went way down low, signaling that he was going to pit, but I mean, this is it. This is it. Will he run out of fuel, or can he make it?
He's still underpowered.
He's still underpowered. Dohar is going to take the win here at the Indianapolis Brickyard 200. Congratulations. That is insane. Let's take a look. I gotta find out who's gonna take 2nd here.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It looks like Ski is going to take over 2nd, and Tom Tom Flitty is having a battle out here with Rangers for 3rd. Oh.
Wow.
9 and okay, well we totally messed that. I'm here in the 9 and 9 and the 18. We're 2nd and 3rd. Ski is 4th.
What?
And 5th and 6th are Tom Tom Flitty and Rangers.
Wow.
I'm telling you what, these guys are crazy with the finishes.
That's a change of events.
Right? They never cease to surprise me. So Dohar in 1st, Justin in 2nd, and Sky in 3rd.
I didn't see that one coming.
Great job to these guys. Let's go bring it back over to Dohar out here. And this is from Dohar, who had quite a bit of a struggle. He just slammed it into the barrier there. Good Lord. Dohar on pit road here. He is your winner for the 3rd time this season. That's quite the winner image right there. The hood all crunched up from hitting the pit road wall there. We're gonna bring these guys back and we'll take a look and get them in the lobby for an interview. I'm really glad my mic held up because I'll tell you what, I was a little concerned when the stream first started. All right, so Justin, Sky, Dohar. Sky pulled some strategy again for this race. He's another one that has great strategy for races and doesn't have a lot of time to go out on track to practice, but man, oh man, strategy wise. Where's Dohar? Why can't I find him? He snuck away from me. All right, let's try to get Dohar in here. Wait for him to connect here. Dohar is in the booth. The winner here tonight for the 3rd time this season. Dohar, congratulations on the win. What a race out there. Take us through the beginning of the race and what happened to you out there.
Well, it was a very, very topsy-turvy kind of a day. It's kind of how it's always been the last, it seems, month and a half in these shake and bake races. It's like something, we'll have a good run in stage 1 and something absolutely traumatic will happen in stage 2, and that definitely happened tonight. First stage, our car was all right. We qualified 11th, and I was talking to Rangers and Fluffy, and I was like, hey, what are you guys running as good lap times? Like, I just ran, like a 0.4 in qualifying, and it felt really good. Like, turned, didn't hit the wall, and they're like, oh, we're running flats. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a long night. So we were really having to work on the setup through every pit stop, and when we were transitioning from stage 1 to stage 2, we have 2 sets of buttons on the Fanatec, and I normally use my front set, what I call like my hub set, and I was pressing the A button, and I kind of went to my computer to look at something really quick and look at setup notes, and when I came back, I did pit, and I was out of gas at the end of stage 2, so I ran out of gas, and that's why I was just kind of at a snail's pace there for a while. We caught a lucky break and got a caution, just took the wave around and got back around them. And then to finish off stage 2, we took 4 tires. A couple guys took no tires or just pitted way early, and we were just kind of going. And I got into the 18, and it was a heat of the moment thing, so I wanted to apologize to him. I just kind of ran him over. I was running him down really quick, and could have just waited the extra half second to wait until the end of the turn to finish off the pass, but I was trying to see if I could get to the top 5, and we got close, but not close enough, so we didn't end up getting 8 stage points in stage 2. But stage 3, I knew it was going to come down to fuel when the stage started, and I was looking at it, and I was like, this is very, very doable. And I was breaking down the math, going about 14 and 14 in each, 15, 15 maybe. And, we were hanging with the leaders. I knew the 9 was going to be saving. I knew the 3 was going to be saving. Those are always the guys you want to look out for in any fuel mileage race. So I'm trying to, kind of play chess a couple moves ahead and make sure that I'm well ahead of them. And if I can push maybe the lead pack away from them and then kind of start backing it down and saving, that was the strategy. There was a caution called. We were all confused in the party, but I was like, well, there goes our chance to win. But luckily we had, about 15, 16 laps to go. So we just had to really get into extreme fuel saving mode, and the guys in front of me knew they weren't going to make it, so I kind of just let them trail me along the way there, and we were able to just get out to a way big lead. And then once we didn't save enough on the first half of the run, so I really had to save on the back half of the final 5 laps, and luckily we had about a 15-second margin to the 9 car, so we could really just back it down and kind of save from there. But all in all, the biggest thank you I can give is to Fanatec for this wonderful equipment and this shifter, because that is the only reason I was able to win tonight.
I mean, like I said in stream, for the guys who have a shifter and, can just throw it in neutral, you can really save a bunch of fuel there. So you did an amazing job tonight, especially coming back from that incident earlier with the non-pit stop. So congratulations to you on the win, especially for your 3rd win of the season, and this one going in the playoffs.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for calling the race and putting this on for us.
Absolutely. All right, Elements, you want to give an interview to our second place of Justin?
Yeah, Justin, my man, dude. So stage 2, I actually thought you were all fighting to stay on the lead lap. I was so confused 'cause I thought everybody had already
really
made a pit
was.
stop. Yeah, and lo and behold, you were the leader and you took stage 2. That was cool. And then the final stage, just like, dude, like. That was a wild race for you, man. And then you come home P2 with it, like playing all that strategy. What was running through your mind? Like, what were you thinking with the strategy calls you were making?
Well, the second stage one was just a case of some people were pitting early, and I guess taking everything, and because you were going to be like 5 laps is short, I think, on fuel, and I basically went as long as I could and just took 2 and a splash of fuel, and it gave me a big enough lead where I could kind of stay. And the car handled decent. I mean, it was slow, but the handling was good, and managed to stay ahead of the 8 and the 11, and until just a couple of laps left, they were able to get around me, and then some, as you saw probably, some shenanigans happened and squeaked back by for it. The ending of the race was was a completely different thing, trying to save fuel. I mean, we knew at the beginning of the stage that was what you were going to have to do to win, and then later on after we got the yellow, it's like, okay, that it worked out where it pretty much just cuts out the stop, the green, and you just do the same thing almost. So that was what, like, I think half the field or something was trying to do, and the 88 did it the best. He managed to come out with the track position at the front early in the stint and hold with the leaders, and did a good job, got the win, and me and Skylin were very close for second, cat and mouse for most of that. It's pretty fun. It's a good race.
Heck yeah, man, good job tonight.
We're rambling. Thank you.
All right, we have Sky in the booth. He finished with a P3 on podium. Congratulations to you on that. And tell us a little bit how your race went. And I know you are great on strategy, so take us through if you were for sure if you knew you were going to be able to make it on that, and how that went for you.
I saw this track for the first time at 7:30, so I'm pretty content with third. No, I had no idea if I could make it. I just kind of guessed. Honestly, most of my race was spent figuring out how to get the car to not try to murder me after 6 laps on the tires. I tightened the thing up so much, and it wouldn't stop wrecking loose at the end of the run. And I ran like a 2 preset too. I don't understand.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway, Dohar, I appreciate the apology. I was going to flame you for that, but you apologized, so we're all good. I was pretty pissed. I was pretty pissed when it happened, because I even just looked at the clip. I gave him a lane, but I mean, he's trying to catch up. He doesn't want to give up a bunch of time trying to put his tires right on the white line and possibly getting the apron and just losing more time. I get it. I was still mad. But the strategy thing, I knew what the lap count was. I knew we could do 12 laps. I figured with how long these straightaways were, I could probably get away with it using the shifter. And then I figured out in the first stage, or in the first half of that stage before the caution, that saving 2 laps isn't that difficult, and I needed to try and stay with the draft if I could, or I was just going to be screwed. So I hung with Justin, hung with J-Mac, and then me and Justin were just kind of, like he said, cat and mouse. We were basing our marks off of what each other was doing. Whenever one of us got out front, the other would be like, no, I could go a little bit harder than I was going, just a little bit harder than him, and stay right on their bumper. And then the last lap came, and I looked at my number. I'm like, okay, I should be able to make it. I hope this thing doesn't sputter the second it hits to 0. let's see if I can get second. Drove into the first turn, didn't pull it out of gear, and oh my god, it almost destroyed me.
Oh,
It
no.
was so loose. So loose. Me and Justin were both, I think he was doing the same thing, but we were just sliding around the whole track, trying to get what little speed we could out of it, and I had nothing for him. So good job there, dude. It was interesting. There was a lot of learning throughout this race, and like I said, I know this track, I just haven't driven it on this game, so getting the rhythm and everything was difficult. But hey, it worked out.
Quite the battle, and you brought home a top 3 finish here. So a huge congratulations to you. Fun race tonight from all around, start to finish. You guys did a phenomenal job. Element, always fun with you. Next week, we are headed to the high banks of Dega for the second playoff race, and I have a feeling it's going to get a little nutty. But that is it for us here tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. We did get another follower out there. Let me see if I can find my best play. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, for hanging out. It was a crazy start, some technical difficulties, but we got it back on track. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there for that. But we will be back next Thursday, same time, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys take it easy.